Buckle up as we dive into the countdown for the best Mimo antenna 5G and lock in stronger, steadier 5G signals. From compact designs to high-gain wonders, this list has something to boost every setup. Today, I'm going to be going over the best Mimo antenna 5G that you can get right now. All of the products mentioned are linked in the description, so check them out if you're interested in any of them. With that, let's begin. At number 5, we have the Waveform QuadPro 4x4. In today's connected environments, a 4x4 Mimo array is more than a badge. It's a practical tool for squeezing more reliable speed out of crowded bands and weak signals. This model is engineered to handle multiple signal paths at once, which translates into steadier uplink and downlink performance as you move around a room, sit behind walls, or work near metal furniture that can reflect, scatter, or absorb wavelengths. A key benefit here is spatial diversity. With 4 independent chains, the system can select the cleanest, strongest stream and combine them for higher effective throughput. It isn't just about raw bits per second. It's about a more forgiving connection when the tower distance is less than ideal or when interference from adjacent networks is high. The design emphasizes broadband coverage, so you can ride the same hardware across several carriers without chasing a different antenna for each one. Expect better signal consistency during video calls, online gaming and streaming, where dropouts and jitter become more noticeable with weaker hardware. The enclosure, connectors, and internal routing are chosen to minimize insertion losses and preserve signal quality from antenna input to controller output, which matters when you've got long runs of coax, hidden behind walls, or routed through tight ceilings. Thoughtful mounting system reduces vibration and protects the feed from accidental knocks, while the overall weight and profile let you install it on a window frame, a wall bracket, or a small rack with minimal fuss. This approach makes it user-friendly for apartment dwellers and home offices alike, especially when you want a single, scalable solution that grows with your bandwidth needs. In practical terms, the QuadPro 4x4 design shines when you're balancing multiple devices with demanding data needs across common 5G N78 and N77 bands. But it also preserves compatibility with legacy 4G LTE bands for reliable fallback. It's the kind of upgrade that doesn't demand a network overhaul, yet it delivers noticeable improvements in responsiveness, steadier downloads, and smoother 4000 streaming, compared to the HiBoost cell phone signal booster, which I have included as number 4 on this list. This option focuses on multipath, multi-band coverage that benefits everything from mobile broadband to home internet devices that rely on cellular backhaul. The result is a platform that anchors your wireless experience in real-world performance rather than theoretical peak numbers, turning a patchy signal into something more predictable and usable throughout the day. At number 4, we have the HiBoost cell phone signal booster. This kit represents a different philosophy. Capture the weakest uplinks outdoors, amplify them, and rebroadcast them inside your space to raise the usable signal level across multiple carriers. The essence of a booster is not just more power, but the intelligent management of signal paths so that the inside unit can maintain a stable connection even when towers are far away or congested. Boost systems typically include an outdoor antenna designed to receive signals from the nearest cell tower, a signal booster module that elevates the received power, and an indoor antenna that radiates the amplified signal within your home or office. The advantage here is straightforward. Better call quality, faster data on the devices that can't tolerate dropped connections, and a tangible improvement in coverage for basements, stairwells, or far corners of the building where indoor reception is weak. The setup is usually accessible to non-experts, with color-coded cables and straightforward mounting hardware that makes it possible to install within a few hours. Crucial caveat is that the booster's effectiveness depends on the baseline signal present outside. If you're in a dead zone with no usable signal at the window, the booster cannot conjure signal from thin air. You'll still see limited results. In typical suburban, urban, or office environments with at least a weak outside signal, you'll observe fewer dropped calls, more reliable 4G LTE and 5G data bursts, and more consistent video conferencing. And you compare this to the Waveform QuadPro 4x4 at number 5, you're looking at a different paradigm. The booster prioritizes practical, proven indoor coverage by boosting what exists rather than simultaneously optimizing multiple signal paths from a fixed internal array. Still, the engineering behind HiBoost relies on solid antennas, FCC compliance, and careful tuning across bands used by major carriers, which helps avoid overdriving nearby devices and stays within safe field strength limits. At number 3, we have the Waveform Quad Pro. This version emphasizes a compact, high-band performance profile with a 4-element feed that supports robust directional reception and transmission. The architecture is designed to minimize mutual coupling between elements, reducing interference and keeping the signal chain clean across all connected paths. The result is a resilient, versatile antenna system that performs well in apartments, home offices, and small commercial spaces where space is at a premium, but coverage requirements remain high. You'll find optimized impedance matching, which matters when you're routing coax through tight spaces or stacking multiple components in a single cabinet. The 4x4 element configuration is designed to balance gain and beam width, enabling you to recover weak downlink signals without oversaturating your environment with stray reflections. In practice, this means clearer video calls, steadier gaming sessions, and fewer hiccups when your devices switch between bands as you move around the room or as you roam within the building. It also plays nicely with existing routers and modems, providing a more stable signal floor for IoT devices, smart speakers, and cameras that rely on a reliable uplink. And you put it side by side with the Waveform QuadPro 4x4 at number 2, you're comparing two closely matched platforms that share the same core philosophy, multipath, band-aware coverage, but differ in physical footprint and mounting options, paired to the Waveform QuadPro 4x4, which I have included as number 2 on this list. The number 3 model is typically more compact and easier to install in tight spaces, while preserving much of the same multipath, multi-band capability that makes the higher-tier model appealing for space-constrained setups. The overall value proposition centers on a balance between performance, ease of installation, and long-term reliability in environments where performance variability is a constant challenge. At number 2, we have the Waveform QuadPro 4x4. This flagship member of the Waveform line offers the most flexible approach to multi-band, multi-path coverage within a compact, consumer-friendly footprint. The 4 elements, wired to a common feed, allow simultaneous reception and transmission across several bands used by modern 5G networks, with emphasis on stable uplink performance even when you're working near external walls or other signal-absorbing materials. Design incorporates careful component selection and shielding to mitigate crosstalk and rolling blackouts in crowded RF environments, while the connectors and coax runs are optimized for minimal loss. Practical advantage here is the ability to adapt to different carrier configurations without replacing hardware. You can rotate, re-aim, or reconfigure the layout to suit your floor plan and window geometry, making it easier to squeeze more performance out of a limited space. On the software side, you'll often find firmware updates or configuration options that let you adjust band priority, which is beneficial if you rely on a particular carrier's sub-6 bands for daily use. The end result is a higher floor of performance across both downloads and uploads, with a stronger signal presence that translates to faster streaming, more reliable cloud gaming experiences, and better resilience during peak network times. For the comparison with the generic indoor TV antenna at number 1, you'll notice that this product is designed for cellular bands rather than terrestrial television, making it a more appropriate choice for users who want cellular coverage and data throughput in a home or office. Paired to the generic indoor TV antenna, which I have included as number 1 on this list, the Waveform QuadPro 4x4 is engineered for cellular networks and 5G backhaul rather than broadcast reception, which is why it delivers a tangible advantage in mobile connectivity and network reliability rather than TV channel clarity. At number 1, we have the generic indoor TV antenna. This baseline option represents the simplest end of the spectrum, a compact, affordable solution designed to capture local broadcast signals with relatively straightforward placement. While not a dedicated cellular or Mimo solution for 5G, the antenna demonstrates how placement, orientation, and basic RF capture can dramatically affect signal quality, even for non-cellular use. It serves as a useful reference point when evaluating how much of a performance gap you need to close with higher-end, cellular-oriented antennas. The construction is typically lightweight, with a simple mounting option for windows or shelves, and it relies on standard coax to connect to your TV tuner or offline recording setup. Reception depends heavily on your geographic location, urban density, and tower line of sight. So in some apartments or tall buildings, you may enjoy clear channels, while in others you might miss out on several stations. In terms of 5G Mimo comparisons, this product sits at the opposite end of the spectrum. It's not designed to harvest variable cellular signals or optimize multiple paths. Instead, it focuses on capturing broadcast signals that are broadcast openly to everyone in range. For the comparison with the Waveform QuadPro 4x4 at number 5, you're looking at two fundamentally different RF universes. One seeks to maximize cellular data path, while the other is optimized for receiving terrestrial TV. Paired to the Waveform QuadPro 4x4, which I have included as number 5 on this list, the generic indoor TV antenna represents a baseline that highlights how much dedicated cellular MIMO and multipath design can improve moving signals through walls, around furniture, and across multiple devices that rely on cell data rather than broadcast channels. The point of including it in the lineup is to underscore the breadth of RF technologies today, and to remind viewers that the best choice depends on the signal you actually need.